What is going on, guys? DBG here, and we are a little bit late to this because, well, I have been spending quite a bit of time today just, well, messing about. This is the first day where I've just been like, you know what, I kind of want to not focus too much on work. We still got to get a few videos out, and there is actually some quite big news that came out. So, I'm just going to say this right now. 2K are not officially giving any news for NBA 2K22 for a few weeks. The game comes out in like 19 days or something. Like, the game literally, it comes out. How many days is it actually now? 21st, 28th. It's less than three weeks. 18 days. 18 days game comes out. But it's still a couple of weeks until we get the gameplay blog. If you guys don't know, the gameplay blog comes out before. It becomes out before the MyTEAM blog. So we're not going to hear MyTEAM news till September. That is scary. That is scary. But thankfully, Mike Wang has said something about the game. He has come out and said something. Because honestly, you know what? I've been so bored. I've just been playing FIFA. I've literally just been playing FIFA. We're 4-1 in weekend league right now. We're doing okay. I just played a 14 wins. Last week was my first weekend league in a while. Like I went like 14-8 or something. So I'm happy about that. And my team is sick. My team absolutely sick right now. I wonder if my no money spent team is better in FIFA or in 2K. Like we've also got like Benzema, the other Atal. We're going to have the better Adama soon enough. We're going to have Ansu Fati soon enough. And then I'm just going to get that player. Initially, I wanted to get Kaká. That was what my initial hope was to get Kaká. But I'm realistically just going to go and get the icon striker player pick. But anyway. So this is it right here. A summary of everything that Mike Wang has said. So Mike Wang tweeted out a bunch of things yesterday. He was replying to a bunch of tweets asking about the game, which is really good. So yes, there is he's actually replying to new one. So there's a new shot meter. So there is a new shot meter right now. And for people that are my players, like again, Mike Wang very much focuses everything based on my player, bases everything on Park, which is kind of why the MyTEAM gameplay always kind of sucks, because they build the whole game for play now on Park. The game is not built for MyTEAM, which is funny because we bring in the most money, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's the reason why I will always say MyTEAM gameplay will never, ever be good in 2K, because 2K build the game for my player. It says here, current gen and next gen are much more similar on court. I don't get how that's possible unless, I'm guessing when they mean by on court, they mean like the shot meters are the exact same, the green window is the same, like the green window is the same millisecond, the shooting feels the same, because last year there was such a big difference, and the contest system might be the same, but the players' movement will not be similar. They're not going to move similarly. There's not going to be any there is going to be similarities if you are a casual player between both of them, but it's going to be the case where if you are like a hardcore player, they're not even going to be close to each other. They're not even going to be close to each other, lads. So, shooting. Hard to explain a tweet. Main change is much larger weight towards coverage. So that means heavies aren't going to go in. But also, we got to get rid of the ghosts. If we have contests meaning everything and then the ghost contest still in the game, then it's going to be pretty bad. I'll explain much more in a course report in a couple of weeks. Shooting is more predictable. Pretty confident community will like it. So less straight arms? I'm good with that. I'm good if they take out straight arms. You don't have to be... But then again, we can't forget in the next gen dev blog, they did say earlies and lates will not go in on next gen. And they still went in. There was not one day of next gen where earlies and lates didn't go in. They said it in the dev blog, just lied through their teeth. You don't have to be as high as last year to be a perimeter shooting threat if you've got good timing. I'm guessing he's just talking about current gen, because on next gen, if you had a 63 point rating and you could shoot, you could shoot. Vibration shock cue is gone. It was gone on next gen, so I assume it's gone on current gen. Steady shooter's been removed. Thank you. Again, blinders is blinders. And that's actually something that I think is going to happen. All of the current gen badges are going to turn to next gen badges. Blinders will be blinders. Like, steady will be blinders for good. So steady is gone. That's what I believe. And again, the on-court experience were much more similar. That's one of the things, another one of the things that I think is going to be the same on both gens. Badges are going to be the same. Okay, dribbling is going to be closer to 20. Oh, really? Like that, I get it, it's not a big deal, but like that literally means, just so I don't actually exit out in FIFA, that means that like for a bunch of things you just constantly flick the stick. Like that was dribbling. At least some of the times you could hold the stick and stuff. Having to constantly flick the stick, I get it. Maybe if you're a dribbler at the meter it means something different, but like the 20 dribbling was pretty bad. 20 dribbling was awful. Like 20's dribbling was the momentum behind the back and that was it. Like, it was the explosive behind the back, and then when they patched the explosive behind the back, it was tween, 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 tween. If they bring back the tween, yeah, we're going to be in for a rough year. But there are new moves and combos you're going to want to learn. I mean, again, I'm not much of a dribbler, but as long as we don't have the tween back in the game, I'm good. As long as you have the tween back in, I'm completely good. New players and animation content for my players only. This was a huge one because this was actually important. Because we were all just like, imagine booting up my team and Kareem doesn't have the skyhook because it hasn't been added into the game yet. So, okay, so you have to unlock animations. Alright, yeah, that's fine. To keep the game fresh all year long, nah, it's... Yeah, I can see that. It's a way to it's a way to both simultaneously keep the game fresh and monetize the game. I get that. Shots won't be taken away, only added. So jump shots won't get rid of jump shots. Yeah, but do you mind patch them? Like, do you remember what you used to do with base 11? You just ruined base 11 for 21. We're gaining more animations based on size and ability this year. I'll have to see it to believe it. Plan is to release the same SIG animations on both gens. I mean, they were the same on both gens. The only difference is that for some reason, you decided, you know what, let's just nerf Pro 5 and Pro 6. Pro 1's the same, Pro 3's the same in terms behind the back. Between the legs are the same animations. New jump shot landings will be added. I mean, I don't care. My players, you won't lose 99 is huge, by the way. I just realized that I've cut off a little bit in the bottom. I've cut off quite a bit, so you guys can't see that. There we go. You won't lose 99. That is massive for my players. And it's huge. I reckon it's going to be way harder to get from 95 to 99, but you won't lose 99. It's huge. The plan is to release the same SIGs and animations on both gens. I mean, that just means that you're probably going... I was about to say, that means you're going back from next gen animations to current gen animations, but they're the same damn animations. They're the same animations. That makes... It didn't make sense why Pro 6 and Pro 5 turned into basic. Like, they didn't even, like... Pro 6 and Pro 5 went from... I think Pro 6 was one where it was like, you would be dribbling one way, and you would have a really long wrap behind the back, but it would give you a lot of momentum going the other way. And then Pro 5 was like kind of behind the back and kind of pushed the ball into space. And then they ended up just being like what you see 8-foot tall players doing, where they're kind of stumbling along their feet and just pushing the ball into a backward spot. They just turned them into basics. So that's an annoying thing. But I just want to see, does anything here matter for my team? This right here. I think the games are not... I think badges are going to be the same. I think green window is going to be the same. And I think some of the animations are going to be the same. Movement is the biggest difference between the two gens. The way the players feel, movement-wise, and the AI. That is something that is not going to be similar. These games are going to be similar for the casual players. These are not... This line is BS. I'm telling you right now, this first line, BS. Like, don't... And if you are a fan of the DBG channel, don't... This is one thing I'm going to say. Don't go complaining to Mike Wang saying, oh, you said the games are going to be similar. I'm telling you right now, this is BS. Anyone who's played both gens knows that you cannot turn what they've done to next gen into current gen, and you cannot turn current gen into next gen without having like a completely different engine and movement style. That first line's BS. Shooting, it'll be interesting to see what they do. And I mean, they just got rid of Zens and the shot meters. Turn off shot meter will still give a boost, yada yada. I mean, they're very basics. The no steady is a positive. No steady shooter is definitely a positive. The dribbling, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. And the fact that the SIGs, they want to have the same SIGs on both gens, and more than likely what's going to happen is the badges are going to be the same. Like, that's going to be positive. The games were so different last year that I do think it was kind of a negative. But at least if the games are somewhat similar, it'll be a positive. The only problem is that if you're going to make the same animations and jump shots and all the same, you better make my players transfer over. Simple as. Simple as. If you're going to make these two games the exact same and my players don't transfer over, you've messed up 2K. You've badly messed up there. You've really badly messed up. But if my players can transfer over in the games because they have similar animations, just like my team, I actually think 2K22 could thrive. If you can go, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to play cross-gen. That's never going to be a thing. But if you can play with your friends on PS5, but if your other friends are on PS4, you can go back to PS4 and use the same my players. And you're getting the same type of progression for your overall stuff. That would be really cool. But yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That's pretty much it. That is what we know about 2K22. And fun and awfully, this is in a pretty bad situation. This is probably the last news we hear for a couple of weeks. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.